day has finally come. Hey, what's up you guys? My name is Jessie and welcome back to my channel. Today I am talking about all of the books I have planned for the month of February. Like I mentioned just a few seconds ago, February is going to be crazy chaotic, but I'm so excited. We have so much exciting stuff happening right at the beginning and I'm just like, I'm so excited. Let's not waste any more time and just jump right in. The first set of books is actually going to be my X's and O's Readathon TBR, and I'm so excited because if you didn't know, I created a readathon that's happening starting February 3rd all the way to the 8th, and I am so excited. I never thought this day would come. It was just a simple idea, and then I got some friends of mine here on YouTube to jump in, and I'm just so excited. This readathon is also being co-hosted by my really good friends Lena, Gwen, Summer, and Lauren, and we're just so excited. I'll have all their links for their channels down below as well. So I did post a huge announcement video for X's and O's, which I will link down below if you want to hear a little bit more details, but please consider joining. We have a Discord, which is also linked down below as well. We will be having a buddy read. We'll have a movie watch. We're hosting 2 reading sprints. It's going to be so much fun. The concept behind X's and O's, you're either on Team X or Team O, and both teams have different prompts and things like that. I'm on Team X, but also because we have an odd number of hosts, I'm kind of like, you know, I could totally be on both teams in a way, but I'm considering myself on Team X. So for that, my reading prompts are Forced Proximity, a book title that has one of the words from the Exes conversation hearts, and then also a book with red on the cover. I'm so excited and I hope all of you guys are as well. So make sure you join the Discord or just participate in general. It's gonna be so much fun. And also, just as a friendly reminder, this is not a romance readathon. It's a readathon for anyone to read whatever they want. It's just Valentine's Day themed. So yes. The first book I want to talk about is actually going to be the buddy read, and also fits the prompt for forced proximity because the author posted right before her publishing day that it has forced proximity. So it is X's and O's by Amy Lee. Again, I can't get over how we found a book that matches the readathon. It's so funny. This is our buddy read. I feel like this is the perfect book, one, because of the title, but also it does have pink and red on the cover. Forced proximity, the buddy read, it just has everything on there. This one just says a romance novel obsessed social media influencer revisits her exes on her hunt for true love in this romantic comedy. This also has mentions that she's like a 5-stage clinger, and she also gets her roommate to kind of agree of like going on this hunt with her. The roommate is actually a firefighter, and he will run into a burning building but not into a relationship. So I think it's going to be really cute, kind of like a happy grumpy sunshine type of situation. I don't know, but I'm really excited for this one, and I think this will be my first pick, to be honest.
I hate when they put stickers on. It's gonna be messy. Oh god. Oh god.
So the next book I want to read is For My Conversation Heart, and to be honest, even though we all came up with these conversation hearts, I was struggling for Team X. I was like, man, Team O has a lot of easy words, but I'm cheating just ever so slightly. I recently picked up this book. It is Jasmine Gilroy's Drunk on Love, and one of the words is no. On spelled backwards, it's no. So I'm counting it. You can come at me all you want, but I'm counting it. I'm just super excited. So I will be reading Drunk on Love by Jasmine Gilroy. I saw this randomly at Target, and for one, how beautiful is that cover? This one is just about a woman who I believe has a family like winery, and she goes off like on a trip or some sorts and has like a one-night stand with this really great guy, and then she knows she's not ever going to see him again. Well, that guy actually happens to be her new employee, and yeah, it sounds like a sticky situation between the two, but I do also know that the guy left his like really successful job to take this job at a winery for whatever reason, and I think he has some kind of like conflict with his mother because his mother always brags about how successful he is. So yeah, you guys are a little short, so I'm gonna bring you up a little bit. much better. And the next one I want to read is actually my recent book of the month for January. It wasn't my pick, but it was one of the picks, and I just am so excited to read this one. It is The Reunion by Kayla Olson, and this one just sounds like something I don't normally read about, but I'm going to love. So I'm counting this one as red on the cover, even though it's like multiple shades in that family. So again, slightly cheating, but you know, we gotta do what we gotta do. This one just says, sometimes real life happy endings require going off script. Liv grew up on TV as the star of the popular teen drama Girl on the Verge. Liv spent her adolescence trying to be as picture perfect as her character in real life. But after the death of her father and the betrayal of her on-screen love interest and off-screen best friend, Liv wanted nothing more than to leave the spotlight behind. Now though, 20 years after the show's premiere, a major streaming service has invited the original cast back for a reunion special. Liv is happy to be back on set, especially once she discovers Ransom has only gotten better with age. They quickly fall into their old rhythms, rediscovering what has drawn them together decades before and realizing that their feelings for one another were not only merely scripted. But with new rivalries among the cast emerging, other passion projects on the horizon, and the specter of a reboot shadowing their shoot, Liv begins to question whether there's room in the spotlight for a real life happy ending. So like on-screen love and possibly off-screen love and like second chance type. Oh, it just sounds so good, y'all. Like, I'm so excited to read this. Also, I know in like my goals video, I mentioned that I wanted to keep track of my book of the month books. To this day, as I'm filming, which is Friday the 27th, I think, I still don't know what the book of the month picks are. So I'm going to choose this one to keep on track. But yes, these are the 3 books for the X's and O's readathon that I will be reading. I'm so freaking excited, and I hope you guys will join as well. All right, moving away from romance just ever so slightly. If you didn't know, I have a Sleep When I'm Dead book club on my channel. We have our own Discord. Last month was so successful. Thank you so much to everyone that came out. It was me and Lena, and we read Off the Deep End, and we had Lucinda Berry on the live show. It was like a dream come true. I am just so thankful, and like it was like a dream. Like me and Lena were saying, like we were riding the high from that live show. So thank you so much for everyone that came out, and hopefully you guys will still join the live shows in the future. So for the month of February, I will be having my friend Keisha from A Book Like You, and on February 23rd at 8 p.m. Eastern on my channel, we will be discussing Malice House by Megan Shepherd. According to Goodreads, this is leaning more towards horror and like slightly fantasy, but like also like a thriller mystery. So I'm really excited to kind of throw something a little bit different into the mix. Yeah, I'm really excited to read this one because it sounds really good and creepy, and like just like I'm just really excited about this one. So again, make sure you check out the Discord down below because that's where we'll be chatting before the live show. We have so much fun over there, so make sure you join. Next, I'm actually going to be doing a reread in the month of February. I am going to be rereading Verity, but this time I will be reading my exclusive new chapter, special edition, whatever you want to call this. I know Keisha and Gwen had buddy read Verity together, and I know Keisha read it for the first time and she has a whole reading vlog, but I kind of got a little bit of FOMO and I was like, I want to read Verity. So I'm going to reread this one, but I'm also going to read the bonus chapter finally. So I'm really, really excited about this one. Next on my TBR, I actually have 2 more romances, and these I'm actually going to try to squeeze in during the readathon if I finish the first 3. But the first one I have is The Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armez, I think is how you say her name. And this one just sounds so freaking cute. I heard it's getting made into like a movie. Also, my friend Gwen is doing this 12-month reading challenge, and for the month of February, the challenge is to read a book that was adapted into a movie. I'm cheating ever so slightly because I heard this one is going to be adapted, so it's not yet adapted yet. But this is something I really am interested in. I've heard a lot of good things, a lot of not so good things, so I want to form my own opinion. This one just says, Catalina desperately needs a date to her sister's wedding, especially since her little white lie about her American boyfriend has spiraled out of control. Now everyone knows, including her ex and his fiance, will be there and eager to meet him. She only has 4 weeks to find someone willing to cross the Atlantic and aid in her deception. New York to Spain is no short flight, and her family won't be easy to fool. Enter Aaron Blackford, her tall, handsome, condescending colleague who surprisingly offers to step in. She'd rather refuse. Never has there been more aggravating, blood-boiling, and insufferable man. But Catalina is desperate, and as the wedding draws nearer, Aaron looks like her best option, and she begins to realize he may not be as terrible in the real world as he is in the office. So it's giving me like the Hating Game vibes, which I loved that book, but a little bit more travel maybe. So I'm really excited about this one. So wish me luck. The next one I want to get to is Wild at Heart by K.A. Tucker. This is book 2 in the Simple Wild series, and I loved that book so much, so I don't know why I haven't picked up the rest of the book in the series, even though I literally bought all of them while reading the first one. I'm not going to read the description of this one just because it is book 2 in a series, but the first book is about Kala, who gets a call that her husband, who she does not have a relationship with at all, she finds out he is sick, and you know, it'd be best if she came to visit him all the way in Alaska. So not really her scene, but she gets there and she's trying to like form some type of relationship with him. It definitely has that like father-daughter like shattered relationship, but one of her father's co-workers, neighbors, is Jonah, and there's like this like hate to love, enemies to lovers type of relationship, grumpy sunshine. I don't know, I feel like it's a mixture of all of them, and so it was such a cute like romance about them, and I'm excited to see how their story continues. And yes, I bawled my eyes out in the first book. Let's not talk about it. And the last 3 books, I just have some thrillers here on my shelf. These 3 books will probably be the last ones I get to the month, but I'm still very interested and want to read these. The first one, as you can tell by the beautiful cover, is The Temple House Vanishing by Rachel Donahue. And I want to read this one because I really want to try dark academia, like getting more into that subgenre. So I'm really curious about this one. It's one that I found at the book exchange when I visited Gwen. I'm not really sure exactly what this book is about. This one definitely has those dark academia vibes because it is about a woman who gets a scholarship to go to Temple House, and she also forms a bond with another student who I think is going there. And there's also this art teacher that there may have been some like inappropriate relationship, and like Louisa, who's the first girl, and the teacher vanish, and now 25 years later someone's delving into the past. Sounds perfect. And like, look at this cover. And then the next book I have, I just realized like I could read these 2 books for a potential vlog. I might do that actually. This one is Every Last Secret by A.R. Torre. I've had some hits and I've had some misses with this author, so I'm very nervous to go into this one, but it sounds so good, and it's really short. This one says Kat has worked hard to get what she has: a gorgeous home, social standing, and William, her successful, handsome husband. Then a friendly new couple moves into the estate next door. While cautious, a good neighbor like Kat greets them with open arms and warm hospitality. Nina Ryder isn't a fellow lady of leisure, a life coach with off-the-rack dresses, personal issues, and a husband who hasn't delivered. She's anxious to move up in the world. This beautiful new town is a step in the right direction. It's also making Nina aware of what she doesn't have, namely William. When Nina's infatuation escalates into obsession, it's just a matter of eliminating a few obstacles to get the life she wants, the life next door. Sounds so good. And then the next one is The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. I have been seeing this book all over YouTube, all over TikTok, so I'm really excited to finally read this one. This one was on my December TBR, but then I got gifted another book by this author and read that one instead. So I'm ready to dive into this one hopefully. This one says, every day I clean the Winchester's beautiful home top to bottom. I pick up their daughter from school and I cook a delicious meal for the whole family before heading to eat alone in my tiny room on the top floor. I try to ignore how God, another Nina. This is like this will be the 3rd book I read that has Nina as a character. Interesting. I try to ignore how Nina makes a mess just to watch me clean it up, how she tells strange lies about her own daughter, and how her husband Andrew seems more broken every day. But as I look into Andrew's handsome brown eyes, so full of pain, it's hard not to imagine what would it be like to have Nina's life. The walk-in closets, the fancy car, the perfect husband. I tried on one of Nina's pristine white dresses once just to see what it's like, but she soon finds out, and by the time I realize my attic door only locks from the outside, it's far too late. But I reassure myself, the Winchesters don't know who I really am. They don't know what I'm capable of. So, sounds really good. All right, guys, those are my monthly 10 books that I want to read for the month of February. One more time, make sure you check out the Discord for Malice House for the Sleep When I'm Dead book club discussion. And also make sure you check out the videos, the links, the Discord, everything. We're super excited to have y'all, and I'm just cannot wait to get the party started. Make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up. It really does support my channel, and make sure you subscribe so that way you don't miss out on a future book video. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.